All right. Well, welcome everyone to yet another Java CubeCraft League match type thing. We're starting off with a bit of a delay. We had some problems that we had to fix very soon, but we we are here. We are on CubeCraft League, and I hope you find this match quite amusing, as we will be having two real players join and well, two real teams join. That's what I tried to say. But anyways, we're starting off with a little bit of a delay since, well, after all, we needed to get everything ready, and that's not happening yet. So if you'll excuse me, uh, let's let's give us some seconds so we can get everything started. In the meantime, well, you have me, you have one, of course, but well, let's see if we can get this started. Alright, so quick information. We have to get everything started in like, we have no time at all to even get the maps chosen and everything stuff happened. So that's, I cannot delve into what exactly happened, but we'll still be there. We just need some more time to get the private games ready. And well, not only that, I need to welcome you to another wonderful stream. I don't know what else I have to say. Only that, well, we just have to wait a little bit longer. But here I am. This is Swan talking. This is me streaming. We shall get this started. Now, quicker information on, well, the teams that will be participating today. We have, of course, Lunar, whose players that will be joining for today are. Let me pull up the players list. Okay, so we have Bateman with a Q, Dogo Duck, just no, not that one. Mr. Supers and Shadow Reaper 31. Those are the four players that will be joining today. You will see them here. And for Happy Hippos, well, some of the names will be familiar to you. Those are, well, Kutichi, not sure who that one is, but they changed names recently. Ice is called Mark the Henchman. We have Nori C, Rory C, Spring Cut, and Yoshi OP. Those last two ones, I think they were here in the tournament, but with another name. They were the Chill Guys and Fine in the last two seasons. So you might remember them from those two past appearances. Overall, pretty interesting lineup. Pretty strong looking players. We're gonna have one hell of a match for sure. I can assure you that. What are the maps that we'll be playing? The maps that we will be playing are Food, Royalty, and Western. Those are the three maps. Food, absolute goated map. I love that one. That's my favorite map if I had to choose one. Royalty, not so much. Its mid is quite big and it can be annoying, especially if you're a camper. Western, well, I don't have any other opinion about Western. Western is just average, I guess. Still trying to get the PG setup, so if you don't mind me, we'll have to wait a bit longer until the match begins. In the meantime, just lay back and, well, enjoy the wait while you're with me, I guess. Um, as usual, as in my last stream, shout out to Kathy. She's definitely, well, a real one, of course. So shout out to her. Can't wait to see the drones in round 2 in the quarterfinals. That's gonna be an interesting match. I'm not sure if Jales versus Chefs is happening yet, but you cannot miss that one match in the quarterfinals. I hope to see you all there. So yes, shout out to her, all hate to Kathy, and well, he literally just told me to do that. So there goes, there goes. Anyways, anyways, our first PG seems to have been set up, so that means the match will begin very soon. We're gonna have the we're gonna have our 8 players join as soon as possible. Wait, what is going on in this lobby? Hold on. All right. All right, we're in the PG now. Let's give the code to the 8 players, and we shall begin right away. We shall begin right away once we get our 8 players ready. So patience until then. Once again, we apologize for the wait. We had some problems trying to sort everything out with one team. I hope this wait is all worth it. I hope that you get to enjoy this match as much as I will, as much as we all will here. 6 players join. Let me take a quick look at the pre-lobby, how it's looking like. We'll have the entire Happy Hippos join the match, and some of the we have the entire Lunar team join the match, and some of the Happy Hippos join as well. Here we have Stringcat and well, Ice Cold, 3rd place winner in season 2. That's him. That's Ice Cold. 7 players joined. We have Yoshi OP, the unknown player from last tournament. That's gonna be very interesting. High class match for sure. And remember, the first map is gonna be food, so it's even better. Footage is here. We are pretty much set and ready. We have our 8 players. All of them are here. So without further ado, we can begin this right away. This is round 1. This is food. We shall begin pretty soon. Now, one thing I wanted to also tell you, this is lineup: Batman, Meister Supers, Shadow Reaper 31, and Dogo Duck. On the blue side, we have Isis Cole, Gucci. We should have also String Cat, and lastly, Yoshi OP. So, those are the 8 players joining in for today on this wonderful Youthcraft League match day. If there are no further problems, we shall begin in 30 seconds. Let's wish them luck. Let's wish them with good luck. And let's also hope for a nice and clean game. Here goes. This is food, completely normal. Go to the map for sure that you have your upper and lower sides. So let's get this started. Right away with Mr. Supers already making their bridge towards mid. I don't know what happened there. What the heck happened there? Well, Mr. Supers had one bit of a lag spike, but that doesn't matter too much. They reach mid, so does Yoshi OP. Our first fight here between Shadow Reaper and Yoshi OP. Cool. Yoshi OP dives to block. Nice. Already here, Doggo Duck approaching dangerously the blue team's egg. And of course, they don't do that. First off, you got to get the materials. Well, Doggo Duck was the first to fall, it seems, in that fight. As it's called, here comes for Shadow Reaper. So far, a 2v1 between Bateman and those two. Now it's a 2v2 now. Mr. Supers is getting comboed. And it looks like blue could retake mid and not let any of the oranges to get those diamonds. Very important, of course. More combos here and there. Yoshi OP tries to avoid Mr. Supers. So they do and return to base. Now here comes Ice Cold already fully geared up. More pain and agony for Orange Team, it seems, as they have not yet collected any meaningful amount of emeralds. That's what Shadow Reaper does. Shadow Reaper avoids Ice Cold. Ice Cold does not want any more beef with them. Now it's against Mr. Super has to deal with. Here comes Yoshi OP already approaching the orange egg. Mr. Super and Shadow Reaper already running towards egg, ready to defend. Doggo Duck was already there. Take your time, Yoshi OP, as long as they have no bows that they could to take you down with. You'll be fine. All along here, Orange Team already with Iron Armor. That's gonna be a bit hard. Doggo Duck climbs up. They get kicked off the bridge. Mr. Supers comes to help. Now Yoshi OP tries to cover themselves. Let's not make any assumptions here in the match yet. We don't know what's going to happen after this, but so far Yoshi OP is just covering themselves. They know that they cannot win this alone. 2v1, very close to the egg. They might have to wait until their teammates finally reach to them. But first it's a Spring Cut who just wants to get Shadow Reaper out of the way. Shadow Reaper unfortunately could not make that stair, they failed, but they had that bridge. Bateman already covering themselves in obsidian, very close to the egg, with a fast pick. They get Orange, they get blue's team already broken. What an excellent move by them. They sure took a lot of obsidian to do that, but it was an excellent egg break. Combined TNT blast attack with them just covering themselves in obsidian. Very good. A Bateman returns to base. Joshua is still trying to deal with the issues here alone. Their teammates don't come here to help, and if they don't survive this as soon as they can, they might also be out of the game. Joshua P tries to block as much as he can, Bateman doesn't, I mean, well, that's gonna be painful. That's gonna be painful. Joshua P tries to survive as much as they can. Where are their teammates? Where are their teammates? Okay, Joshua P tries to clutch, and it does it with a leaf. But for now, they won't be falling to void. That's a helmet pop. Finally, one of the teammates just coming to rescue. That is Ice Cold. It was too late. Joshua B was already low health. That was no way to survive that. Ice Cold and Sprint cut come. The orange team's egg is also broken. Pretty surprising comeback, though. I would have liked a blue team to have come a little earlier. I get it. When you're defending your egg, also, that's not too easy. It's not just easy to both defend and attack at the same time, especially against a strong opponent such as Lunar. Voltage is just being comboed by two of them, and that was another elimination. Kutiji is already eliminated. Ice Cold leaps towards lower side of the mid, so does Bateman. In an effort to try to set themselves. Ice Cold once again voids the void by leaping. How many leaps does this guy have? Well, interesting. Interesting. So far they get to leave. And that's Shadow Reaper unfortunately falling. It's gonna be a 2v2. Now that Bateman is also eliminated, here comes Doggo Duck. Doggo Duck tries to block. Ice Cold doesn't want to get blocked, of course. They fall to the lower side of the mid. Spring Cut comes here to help. Now it's a 2v1. Doggo Duck tries to clutch. Gotta heal up first before the final fight. So far, Ice Cold and Spring Cut climb up the opposite sides of the mid. They're gonna try to surround Doggo Duck as it seems. Doggo Duck's only way up is climbing that cupcake building. Now it's only them two, Spring Cut and Doggo Duck. It ain't happening yet. Looks like Springcat doesn't want to get 2v1 in the orange team's egg. But now it's gonna be a calmer moment. Dogodak and Mr. Super have finally repaired their armor and healed up. We could have our final fight very soon. Hopefully blue teams does the same and prepare themselves before they reach them, which is pretty inevitable. Or we can see Mr. Supers. And it looks like Mr. Super is gonna try to reach them the safe way. In case blue team had any bows. Which is likely that they do at this time of the match. It's Mr. Supers who's now bowing them, preventing them from reaching the myth. Mr. Supers tries again. Looks like Mr. Supers now has both blue team members at bay. Gonna be hard to move from your island with someone with a bow just shooting you always, unless a Springcat can break through with a leap. Mr. Supers fell to the lower side of the myth. Can they reach a Springcat before Springcat finishes getting their diamonds that they need at this very moment? That one perk activated, we don't know which one it was, but if I have to be honest, it might be no health regeneration. That one's very useful when it comes to mid fights. But look, to be a 2v1 at first is now 1v1 between Dogodak, Ice is Cold still in their island. Now it's gonna be a 2v1. Springcat completely surrounded. Now Ice is Cold comes to the rescue. Now both teammates are once again separated. Well, not yet. We don't know where Springcat is. Where is Springcat? Okay, Springcat is also at mid. Yoshi P is saying that they suspect that Orange team might be cheating their way through the match. Now both blue and orange are at different points of mid. This could go on for even longer. Springcat climbs up. What can Mr. Supers do when you got two team members about to surround you yet again? Dogodak tries to return to blue team, while Springcat and Ice is Cold is still at mid. So if I'm correct, this could go for even longer. We might even enter that match if they take their sweet time. This is not exactly the match I was hoping for. It's pretty calm. So we're just pretty much seeing how they just gear up. Because eventually they have to fight. And let's see if the final fight of the damn match is just more interesting than what's happening at the moment. Here comes Mr. Supers, already returning to meet, along with Dogo Duck. Both now have a diamond chest plate. Springcat already waiting them. Mr. Super shoots, tries to get them off the tower. Dogo Duck ambushes. Springcat has to run away. We have 5 minutes left until deathmatch, apparently. 15 minutes have already passed. Once again, 2v1. Both blue team members are quite separated. Once again, a 2v1 here. Happy Hippos are just not staying together until the very last moment when they need to. Doing one down here. Pretty equal fights. Sprinklat kicks off Mr. Supers from the Booker. Oh, this is a fight that you are all waiting for. Mr. Supers heals with a notch apple. Very respectable. Blue team manages to separate both orange members. Or maybe not, now it's a Springcat who's getting beat by both orange and return fast. You better hurry because it looks like you won't be able to last any longer. Unless you manage to kick Dogo Duck off the map. And to the void. Dogo Duck climbs up back again. Isis Cold's way is blocked by some blocks of obsidian, preventing Isis Cold to help their teammate. Either you somehow climb up or you just get thrown away. Isis Cold prefers the same way, but the same way could lead to some horrible combos being produced by Mr. Super. Now it's 2v1, and it's such a disadvantageous position, Isis Cold could perish at this very moment. Isis Cold manages to leap anyways, and escapes the torture that was waiting to him. Mr. Super's somehow disconnected. That's quite an unfortunate event, but there's not much we can do about it, unfortunately. It's gonna be 2v1. Quite the stroke of luck, if I gotta be honest, for Happy Hippos. Not so much for Lunar, quite the opposite actually. Let's see if Shadow Reaper can clutch for the team. Where is... No, that was... No, not Shadow Reapers, Dogodak actually. That much in 1 minute. That's the last chance for both teams to gear up. Remember, it's a 2v1. Unfortunately, Mr. Supers got kicked because of connectivity problems, I assume. But they put up a good fight. If Dogodak manages to clutch this game, then it will be pretty respectable. Dogodak already approaches mid. So do Ice Cold and Spring Cut. Dogodak waiting for them at the top. Dogodak jumps for Spring Cut. Ice Cold staying there, don't take your sweet time, you have to help your teammates. And it's that much time, no more shops, it's only fighting from now on. That also means they have to stay in mid. And with how polluted mid is, that's gonna be more of a maze than anything else. And Dogodak get away from this, they get knocked off to the lower side of the mid. And so far, the same thing happens again. Both teams refusing to make a move so far. Phaser reference. Oh, we remember good old Phases. She was here in Season 1. With the legendary Team Crisis, cannot forget them and their matches. They reached second place and all, so... So it's about time Dogodak climbs up, or at least both blue teams go down, because we cannot have this kind of a stalemate any longer. Not sure why they think they can do, but we don't have all the time in this world, so it's about time they do something. And they better do something. The Spring Cut and Ice is Cold just staying there, waiting for Dogodak to make a move. Move that might not happen if they just refuse to move up. So, Dogodak, are you gonna make a move, or do you want them to go down instead? Because it looks like they want blue team to go down instead. At least they'd have a better time just trying to get them off the map. Let's see what Lear may be deciding to do instead. Because of course this is the deathmatch, so we might even have to ban parts of the myth. Looks like that's going to happen. We cannot have stalemates here. That's no way. There's no way. Otherwise, this match could get as boring as it is. Springcut decides to TNT, drops it on Dogodak. That's one way to start them. Dogodak doesn't care about that. They prefer to stay there. Now you got some obsidian, that's one way to at least not get knocked off by the blast of TNT. But once again, what are you planning to do there? Once again, what do you want from this? That's what we should question. And finally, Lyra has decreed that the bottom parts of the picnic bench will not be allowed in 3 minutes. Dogodak finally wakes up and decides to climb up. And the meat ice is cold, who was already waiting for them. Springcut also climbs up. Dogodak decides to build a little obsidian platform. As Cole said, skybase not allowed. This could maybe be camping, but it's quite iffy. You'd better get down before you get yellow carded for camping, because it looks like that's what Dogodak wants at this point. And there's some fights here happening here. Dogodak drops down. Dogodak tries to block. It's a relentless 2v1 that unfortunately might end with Dogodak getting obsidian trapped. What's next? You gotta drop those TNTs, because that's the next step. Dogodak unfortunately, obviously doesn't want that. But that's not the decision for them to make. A Springcut drops the bomb. Dogodak still tries to cover themselves with more obsidian. If this is how the first game will end, because we still have a second one, then that's one interesting way for it to end. Dogodak escapes. Dogodak replaces their broken armor parts with new ones. And once again, the same stalemate is happening. Springcut decides to bridge towards Dogodak. Dogodak tried to cover themselves with obsidian to at least not get knocked off. That did not happen. Now Dogodak is being pinned down. That's some combos that definitely hurt Dogodak. They leave to at least gain some distance. Springcut surprises Dogodak. Ice is Cold now attacks Dogodak as well. Dogodak gets down to the bottom parts of the map. They must get up unless they want to be kicked from the match. So it's better that they get back up. They were explained that perfectly, of course. Dogodag once again replaces their armor parts. Isis Cole climbs up. Well, what else can I say? This is quite the fight. Neither team refusing to make any moves. Spring cut didn't make the cut there. They'll try again. Isis Cole now attacks Dogodok in an effort to get them off the Sunday building. That's another TNT blast that Dogodak cannot avoid. They get knocked off to the slower parts. Sprinkler jumps down. This could be the end. Unless Dogodak leap, which is that what happened. Now both parties are now at the bottom part. But of course, we cannot let that happen. They must climb back immediately. Here comes Isis Colt. And Spring Cut, and they try again, once again in the same building. Isis Cold unfortunately falls off the platform. Now it's up to Spring Cut. Spring Cut tries to make a hole so Dogodak fell to the ground. And with that, with a failed leap to at least save themselves here in the lower part, it took a long time for them, but Happy Hippos managed to get Dogodak to the void and win the game. That was one interesting game, but I'm pretty sure it took longer than most of us expected. So with 1-0 for Happy Hippos, we move on to the second game. This is not over. The second game will be in Royalty. Oh boy, oh boy. Prepare yourselves, because Royalty might even be worse, considering how both teams have performed. Which I'm not gonna say they performed badly, because they did put their best, but seeing that how it ended the end game, it's just... Well, let's see. We're gonna be here for a long while, I assume. Already 46 minutes have passed since the stream started, so this is gonna be one of our longest matches so far. Cannot wait to see how this will end. But the Royalty might also be different. There's no lower part of the map, and there's no way you can camp on the on the upper part of the crown. We will disallow that for sure. Maybe despite all of that, we could still have a long game, but I'm not too sure about that. Let's just hope for the best, and let's just hope that we get a wonderful second game. That, remember, Happy Hippos already has an advantage with 1-0 score. So let's see how it goes. Alright, we're here in Eurojeti. The PG has already been created. Now we're gonna give the codes to the teams so we can have them show up as soon as possible, preferably. And we can see, this is Hamuth, first of all, this is Hamuth. We can see that some of the Lunar team members have shown up. Here is Isis Cold with their very cold skin. Also here. Springquat, Kurichi, also here. We have Baked Man, Shadow Reaper, and Doggle Duck for orange. Isis Cold, Kurichi for, and Yoshi OP for Happy Hippos. That's 7 now. Let's see if one of them joins us. Oh. So for now, let's wait until this next game starts pretty soon. Remember, it's gonna be on royalty, and also remember that it's gonna be on with an advantage of 1-0 for Happy Hippos. We're still waiting for one more to join. Let's see if they do. Happy Hippos is already fully shown up. Isis Cold, Kurichi, Springcat, and Yoshi OP, same ones from first game. For orange team, we're still waiting for one more. Let's see if they show up. For the moment, we have Bateman, Shadow Reaper, and Dogodak. Mr. Supers is the one that's left. Let's see if they end up showing up. While we're here, let me thank our 28 viewers for having stuck with us for so long. Thank you all for your support. And as always, we hope to see you in our next matches, which, if I'm correct, will happen on the 27th and 28th. Those will be our last matches of round 1. We're getting close to finishing this first stage. So in those last 3 days, please support our streams, please stick with us, and of course, just enjoy your day as always. We never get younger, and just gotta live our life to the maximum. That's all I can say. Let's see if Mr. Supers eventually shows up. They did. Mr. Supers is already here, so we shall begin in pretty soon. 30 seconds or so. That's the ticking sound. That means the match is already on. This is royalty. And we shall begin this right away. Now, we can see here Lunar team with Bateman heading towards the mid. We love to see a second royalty game. I think this has happened 3 times already. Springcat also rushes to the mid. A first fight here, Mr. Supers versus Springcat. Springcat blocks. Yoshi P comes here to help. Shadow Reaper on the upper side of the mid, collecting their diamonds. So is Yoshi OP, has now left. Mr. Supers got sent to the void. Presumably in an attempt to get the orange egg already. Which is indeed happening. We have Yoshi OP already approaching the egg. Yoshi OP tries to block, Dogo Dog breaks through. Yoshi OP clutches. But Dogo Dog also climbs up in order to get them down. Unfortunately, Dogo Dog failed. Now it's Yoshi OP who is on top of Orange's egg. And looks like Yoshi OP decides to just run down to at least help Springcat. Dogo Dog catches them. That was a good distraction that held Springcat box in, and finally get orange egg. Pretty great strat. Just jumping down, pretend to be helping your teammate, then make the run for it while your other teammates is just distracting both. If that isn't a great strat, then I don't know what is. They should have watched out for the egg better. Knowing that you cannot do that while you're fighting the opponent on the lower side while your egg's on the upper side and someone's just going there to get it. Bateman makes the run for the blue egg. But Isis Gold is already waiting. Oh, it's Kutichi. Bateman diagonally climbs up to the egg. So does Kurichi and Springcat. Well, we have your whole blue team already waiting here down. Bateman tries to TNT blast, that didn't do much. Both Bateman and Kurichi climbing up, getting dangerously close to each other. Ice is Cold in the middle. Ice is Cold unfortunately fell down. Shadow Reaper came to assist, and Bateman successfully gets Blue's egg as well. How the turntables. We might have another early deathmatch. Bateman gets comboed to death. Shadow Reaper tries to run away. Ice is Cold catches them though. Ice is Cold refuses to fall off the stairs. Kurichi comes here to help. Now egg to defend, full focus on them from now on. That's what 3 blue members are doing right now. And with that, 5 minutes have passed already. Shadow Reaper runs away, leaves Blue alone. But gets Blast Bolt in the process. That could have been fatal for Shadow Reaper. No fight here. Drag tries their best to get them off the little map. In a pretty admirable sumo fashion. But Dogodak manages to escape with a lead. We have another fight here. Ice is Cold versus Shadow Reaper. Yoshi OP also coming in to help. Shadow Reaper doesn't want any business with them yet. The true threat is here. Dogodak managed to snap some diamonds while avoiding blue, of course. Trust me, it's wiser that you just leave them be while you get your bounty as well. There's no time to lose because you know them well that it's better to just gear up and do it all, give it all in your final fight. So now it's 3 blues here in mid. And 3 oranges here in their home island. Though I gotta say, blue has the advantage because they can get money faster, but at least orange can gear up faster. And if they hurry up, they could still catch blue team. I'm prepared, of course. They know damn well they have to reach the home, so they can at least gear up. Spring Cut the weakest here because they have leather ammo. Ice is Cold getting 2 big ones once again. What is Yoshi OP doing? They'd rather focus on Mr. Supers apparently. Dogodak comes in the help and deals the final blow to Ice Cold, who is also eliminated. Spring Cut also fail, unfortunately. So it's now down to Yoshi OP and Kurichi. And that's how it ends! Well. Would you look at that? We're definitely gonna have a third game. We're definitely gonna have a third game. Let me update the scores accordingly. We're definitely gonna have a third game. Everything's gonna be decided there. The match is not over yet. Lunar has just come back. And I guess it's time for Western. 1-1 score, 2 and 2 in X. Let's see how this will end. Let's see how this will end. This match is definitely the longest one in CubeCraft League so far. So, time to stick around for it longer, but fortunately this is the final game. We will finally get to know how this will end. Will Lunar take the win after a first game loss, or will Happy Hippos come back from their second game loss and take the match for good? We shall see in Western. If that ain't a wonderful match, then I don't know what it is. I couldn't expect any less from this. So, the PG has been created. Let's wait for them to show up. We shall see you very soon in Western. Our first players are in. They are from Lunar, Shadow Reaper, Mr. Supers, Dogoduck, and Bateman. Let's wait for Happy Hippos. And here we are. Happy Hippos have just shown up. Kurichi, Springcat, Yoshi, OP. And if I'm not missing anyone else, we should also have... Let me check. Okay, we have Kurichi, Springcat, Yoshi, OP, and we should have one more, which I'm looking for right away. Wait. We're still missing one more. Let's see if they show up or what. And here we have the one that we were looking for. Ice is called. Still the same players from last games. We're gonna have one hell of a game. One game that will define this match and who gets to be in the quarterfinals. Without any further ado, we shall begin right away. And we shall begin very soon in 5 seconds. Now, this is Western. I don't think we have seen this yet. So, this is the first game that is featuring Western. Let's see how it goes. Now, this map has a way shorter mid, but it's really longer. I mean, it's a smaller mid, but it's really long. But other than that, this should be the perfect map for a quick game, which is what we hope to see after what we have witnessed before. That first game took longer than expected, but this should be a good end for this legendary match. Dogoduck already climbing up. Unfortunately, wasn't able to reach the blue island, was kicked off. But in the meantime, they also took off one of the blue teams as well. So 1 for 1, pretty Pretty good. Mr. Spring Cut already waiting for Mr. Supers. Mr. Supers dies in the void. Doggo Duck tries again, but this time they avoid the blue team and go directly for the egg. Hopefully they notice in time. And so they do. Ice is Cold already looking at them, but they have the double threat. Let's see how they will handle it. Obviously not alone. Here comes Curity to help. Bateman tries to box in, and they do. That was one quick egg break. Bateman takes the egg and also takes Ice Cold. Ice Cold, unfortunately, first one to fall. Let's see what's going on the other side. On the other side of the same thing. Yoshio P just trying to reach for the egg, and that unfortunately was knocked off by Shadow Reaper. With 2 down, it's now up to Kurichi and Spring Cut. Unfortunately, Kurichi also failed. Could this be the end for the Happy Hippos? Spring Cut is in grave trouble right now. Being punched by both Shadow Reaper and Doggo Duck. That was one failed leap. And with this falls, Lunar moved on to the next round, to the quarterfinals. They managed to come back from that unfortunate first game, and they take their pass to the quarterfinals. But a final result of 2-1 and 3x to 2x, Lunar move on to the next round. Congratulations to Lunar. We played to Happy Hippos. That was one hell of a match. That was really tiring for both parties. I gotta imagine. And with this result, it also means that the underdogs will now know who they will be fighting, and that is Lunar. We have our first confirmed quarterfinals matchup. Lunars versus the underdogs. We will be seeing them soon. In 3 days, that's when the next round begins. Well played to both teams. And, well, we will see you in our next matches, which will be on the 27th. So, without anything else to say, goodbye to everyone, and we hope to see you in our next